have you seen any of this crazy stuff?
Just a little bit. It seems like Billie Eilish is really, as we say, it talking about films and television, that she's jumped the shark. She's in what I mean by that, if you don't understand that phrase, anybody that hears this, that she's really stepping out of her element into another like place where you go, wait a minute, I thought I knew who Billie Eilish was. What the hell, what's going on?
I think she's about a week and away, a month and away from coming out as a trans man. You tell me what you think.
I know that you had said that to me recently, and I didn't really know what it was related to, but that's exactly what I thought when I was just watching that, because she reminds me of another American who wears a hoodie and is trying to look like nothing more than the lesbian that she really is, Ellen Page.
I'm not saying that I'm not saying that everybody who sees pornography is going to feel like they're born in the wrong body, but many will. Many will start off maybe by watching a few things, and then they'll get into the very dangerous FTM stuff, and then they might get into the hypnosissy, which is a whole other level.
Very heterosexual men, how they objectify women, they minimize the very existence of a woman. What does this have to do? Why have you gone into this territory about Buck?
Well, Buck has very successfully managed to bang her way in to the gender, into the hearts of the gender critical movement, and by extension the parents. How many parents have told you, well, Buck is one of the good ones, Buck's with us? And I'm here to say no, 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 no. Buck is not for children. You may think, okay, Buck is a pornographer, she's done a couple of nudie pictures. I want to tell you exactly what we're talking about here. And I don't need to make it more salacious than it really is. I can just show you right away. I've gone there really, so you don't have to. Let's go. Buck Angel. At the side of her content, you have all of these other ads that'll take you into more and more extreme stuff. Like I said, we can get into that a little bit with the Latina abuse and the ghetto gaggers, but let's just see.
Fill my fucking pussy up. It feels so good. Oh, so fucking wet.
Yeah, small dick person.
That's a pussy.
Fucking hot pussy.
That's a pussy. It's not a small dick, it's a big pussy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
This is a gender critical trans man that you want
Doing heterosexual sex.
to speak to your family and as a role model for young women.
Yeah, fucking nasty pig. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck it in my ass.
Pussy and ass.
Okay. Lost the audio. I'm missing you. Okay.
Yeah. And over here, we have all of the advertisements. So you can imagine, where do we get to? We get to a parent, okay, whose kid is super gender confused, and they go to some kind of help center, help website, help forum, and they see Buck Angel is being platformed. This is what you're platforming.
The other thing that I see in this, Alex, except that I knew because of the shot before, that was Buck that was laying back and that was her body, is that the man in close-ups like that looks like Buck as well. So there's the narcissism that we see a lot in gay male porn, right? When you have man on man, positioning and sex angles, and having worked in erotica, as I have told you before, many, many years ago, that's something I didn't know, and I've never seen that. And what I'm saying, that this plays back to the thing of daddy and all this stuff that she does. But it's honestly, you could have told me that in that last shot that we saw, that that was Buck, maybe on somebody else, if I hadn't seen that that somebody else was her body. You know what I mean? Because of the
I know
hair,
exactly what you mean. I know
the
exactly.
facial hair. It's like, yeah, and it appears, it's that's not just, that is a real man, so he's got the secondary sex characteristics for a reason. But that trickery, that gaslighting that just went on in that clip that you showed, if I'm confused whether I'm a boy or a girl and I'm watching that, sex looks really dirty to me in a way that is so completely unappealing. It actually is frightening. It's more, it's frightening in a way that I didn't think, I guess, that Buck was doing. I was assuming, because I had seen her porn years ago, when she was giving when she was pretending to be a gay man in a video and jerking off a man, a real man.
Yeah.
There wasn't the level of what you just showed me going on. So I didn't see it, and I wasn't, aware of her full catalog. I completely admit that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's extremely painful to me. And it's so, it's like she speaks out one side of her mouth that's going to suit a certain audience at certain times. And now that you've informed me that she's literally, her bio on Pornhub saying that she's male and that she has a 3-inch uncut penis. Is that what you said?
Let's have a look at what she says, huh? Let's have a little look. So Buck Angel is a transsexual trans man. Okay, he's a household name apparently. I am a transsexual man, blah, blah, blah. Relationship status single, interested in guys and girls. I thought she was a lesbian.
And she's not single either.
Career status active, gender male.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. Endowment under 3 inches.
Why would you brag about something like that?
Foreskin uncut. How about non-existent?
This is, I'm telling you, I think that Buck needs to do a porn to call India Willoughby right now, so we can see India Willoughby's cervix, so-called cervix, and Buck can expose her uncut, less than 3-inch endowment. Literally gender critical women guiding her to become gender critical, so that we could be more gaslit and sold into this idea that she is in fact an ally. Thank you for showing me Pornhub, because I'm not on it. And until one gets in there, I appreciate the research that you're doing, and also with OnlyFans, because most of the parents, every parent that I talk to, nobody, at least they don't admit, even the husbands, that they're on OnlyFans. And you don't understand until you're ready to go into this, why all these things are connected. This is making me sick. This makes me absolutely sick.
And let's not forget why she's doing the Pornhub today. She does not need this Pornhub that we just saw, this degrading stuff. She ain't making money off of that. She ain't making money off of that. She's making money off of these toys. This is what she's really making money off. These toys which promote, which have, mutilated young women in them.
Yeah.
And it's really just horrifying, to see this. This is for a sex toy, for the metoidioplasty. So this is a woman who's, it gives me.
That's a woman who has, is that supposed to be, that's Buck. That's supposed to be Buck.
No, that's a woman who's had the metoidioplasty. Maybe Buck has had it now. Look, because there's the fake balls down there as well.
Right. So Buck is selling this toy, which she's not making a lot of money off. I mean, how many freaking, trans, how many women have done this surgery at all? Is this surgery?
Well, after this is also for the enlarged clitorises. So it's for everybody who's been taking testosterone, which we know there's a hell of a lot of women taking testosterone now.
Right.
Maybe there is a good market for this. And it strikes to me to be insane that she would be having this conversation about demedicalizing kids, don't medicalize kids, blah, blah, blah. Well,
Right.
then how are you going to have your future
Buyers.
right? What a scam.
Okay.
What a
Okay. What else
scam.
is happening with her? This is like,
What a scam. What a
Oh.
total scam, isn't it?
well, she's completely adding to the medical industry. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, she's saying don't do this to kids. But of course, like with Scott, as long as they're 18, as soon as they hit 18, these are women that support the idea that if this child who becomes a quote adult at 18, even though their brains are not, the frontal lobe is still not fully developed for another number of years, this is all okay. And exactly what you just brought up about, again, I bring up the medical industry. We talk about the gender identity industry. Buck, isn't she one of the top tier in this industry, in this particular, in pornography? I'm not saying that she's striker money. I'm not saying that she's, a billionaire, but she's been worth at least $1 million a year, which is more money than, anybody else. Pretty
Then
much.
you're right, unless you've got hidden assets you're not telling me about.
Oh boy. Well, I was thinking about making some sex toys, but now I know there's not. She's already got it. She's got the. I mean, how many?
Got it all covered. But Buck is on OnlyFans now, and that bothers me because now people are creating, and I believe it will be mainly young women, it will be creating a relationship with her online, whether they know they are or they don't know that they are. I have logged into her and signed up for her OnlyFans, and this is what you get.
How did we go from that? It looked like a photoshopped penis, that first thing way down at the bottom or something. How do we go from that to then what looks like a completely, as she says, less than 3 inches? So what the hell's going on here? So if she's photoshopped this, it's still marketing.
She's not made this years ago. Like she's logged into this August 28th, a couple of weeks ago, promoting her
famous oh yes, boy, that looks like an experiment in progress.
It looks sad.
Incredibly sad. And to think she's almost 60.
She looks about 80.
Yeah, it's kind of reminds me in a way, the Lana, when you showed those two videos and I thought she was much older, and then you went to that other video and said that was just like a 2-year age difference. And this is a woman who, it's interesting, you say it's stupid. Everybody she's told she's in a relationship, unless that's broken away. She's been with this woman now for a while. And I thought this woman had an 8 to 9-year-old son, and that this is part of her tranpa thing and her daddy image. So kids can see this on OnlyFans, right? They've probably never seen Brokeback Mountain either.
Yeah, the name Brokeback Mountain, wasn't it a good word?
1994?
Okay, this for me? Yeah. No, chew on this. Get down there, chew on this.
Or was it 84?
That's it, partner. Hey, you want a hard cock like that? Oh, fuck yeah.
Right, wow. It's gore. It's gory. It straddles the line between porn and horror. That truly is it. It straddles the line, and you and I both know pornography goes into waste. Okay,
yes.
It goes to the piss and the whatever, okay, that's not even a kink. That's just someone who's out of their god, who's out of their mind. And if you're watching this content, then I want you to know that you need to go to the doctor. You really do. If you're watching this content, if you're watching this and you're getting something out of it, I don't know what, you need to go to a psychiatrist and really talk it out. And if you think that you want to take part in this pornography, then also, really examine your life very, very hard. Um, and Joey, you know what I would say to everybody who's been really shocked by this? I tell them to watch a little bit of this conversation that we've had about Buck again, because I know that the immediate reaction is going to be, look at those bitches, look at them railing on one of our allies. And I want you to really examine why I am so pissed. I'm not pissed that she made the porn. I'm not pissed that she made the porn. I'm pissed that she made the porn and she's still promoted in critical circles.
That's
Where
what's crazy.
that's crazy. It's just so, I mean, oh, it drives me nuts. And I want everybody to say, listen, we don't need to really put up with this. We can genuinely have real, different types of allies here. The greatest allies, let's say, to the abolitionist movement for the Nordic model were former women who were prostituted, right? And if Buck really did want to be an ally, I think she could be. She was to give up the porn, say it was a horrible industry, and clearly you can see she's pained making these videos, pained. Then maybe that would be possible, but not now, not at the moment.
Yeah.
And take some goddamn responsibility, because I've spoken to so many parents who tell me my daughter is addicted. My daughter, who thinks that she's FTM, my daughter who thinks she's born in the wrong body, is watching this porn. Take some goddamn responsibility, okay? Because she's not saving children from medicalization. Absolutely not. What, with a podcast on trigonometry? Throw me another one, please.
This is what's crazy. What you just showed me, and I think about that. And then she's scheduled on that day to go on Trigonometry Next for her interview. And then she goes to Twitter and she might do something like she's supporting J.K. Rowling or something like that. We're talking about a disconnect. We're talking about a mind that is compartmentalizing 24/7. If she's in, like I said, the relationship and they have a child and she's being a step parent to this child, the compartmentalizing that one has to do to be in that industry. And I know because I knew people in that industry, just like I had friends, lesbians that were strippers here in the Bay Area going to Mitchell Brothers. The compartmentalizing that they had to do in order to function and have any kind of balance in their lives. And those women were socking away any money that they could. I know she's recruiting young women who think that they are gay men into the porn industry. Is she not a recruiter in that way, that she's doing FTM because it's a very weird niche. It's a very particular niche.
Well, I was very interested in what's called Model Hub, which appears to be just a trans man pornography, where she is the elder, and it's her and a kind of a whole bunch of others, other young, I hate to use the term, but trans men, okay, and they're all kind of under, but Buck Angel in and of herself, she is a channel. So she gets money from Pornhub, so because she's uploading the content, right? So she's a
pimp.
Well, I was going to say she is the talent, okay, but she's also, I mean, she's the talent and she's also the the producer. But so all of these other performers that she has, if they're on her channel, I'd imagine that she's paying them. Maybe it's a question we can put out there to Buck. Tell us about Model Hub. How does that work? We're interested. We want to understand exactly. Maybe she's not managing and we're just jumping the gun.
Buck's main thing is Twitter. Doesn't she
Mhm.
have like over 75,000 people or something on her that are following her on Twitter, so they get to find out firsthand when she
Yeah.
promotes something. Like I noticed recently I thought it was new merch that she had with the daddy hats.
Mhm.
And I just got that idea, and I think somebody did it on Twitter, where she's been pushing the trampa hat, that she wears sometimes. I haven't seen her in that for a while, but I saw her put out this daddy hat and went, wait a minute, this is like pushing incest. Whether it's a boy or a girl that's seeing this stuff, this content that she's producing,
Mhm.
who is she producing it for? But this idea, just like the guys in the videos that you showed me earlier, where their whole studio is set up for kids to want to see it, from the colors to the designs to the stuffed animals, Buck's not doing anything that differently. She's
Mhm.
got she wants to create a cuteness. She wants to groom everybody that she's innocent in some way. And if there's any such thing as gender dysphoria, you've got young women who think that they're going to be able to alter their bodies. There's not any discussion about all that stuff. It's selling purely on the idea of the visuals again, and that we've already put our trust into this individual, who's been written about in irreversible damage. Everybody knows that. So of course, there's that thing. People want to get quotes from her and all this stuff. This is insane.
Absolutely
And the
insane.
retweeting that goes on of her stuff
Mhm.
from organizations. Thanks, Buck, GenSpect, LGB Alliance USA. What are these people doing? I don't understand.
I'll tell you exactly what I think. I think they haven't seen the porn. I think they have not seen the pornography.
There are still laws. I mean, people do get arrested for having child pornography on their
Mhm.
computers, and they've gone through their histories, and whether they've paid for it or not, aren't those still laws that are in place about
Oh
being
yeah,
on porn at all?
definitely.
So
Definitely.
this,
And we have like the latest stuff that's been created by her on Pornhub is 3 months ago. 3 months. So very, very recent. She has not given up her life of pornography.
she gone into what you started to, this whole conversation started around gonzo porn. And we start getting into literally when Lana was describing that story, and my heart was just wrenched. And she was talking about vomit and urine. And is that anything that Buck has gotten into also, is waste, human waste?
All of the degrading stuff, is she's into it. Um, that's just the way it is. And I'm not, porn is porn. That's it. Porn is porn, and the stuff she's doing is hardcore. There's no getting around that. And at the same time that you're getting promoted Buck Angel content, you're also being promoted Latina abuse and all of these other, porn sites where they're forcing women to eat out of dog bowls.
That's ghetto
Um,
gaggers, isn't it? I heard something about ghetto gaggers.
that's right, ghetto gaggers. Where they're actually Black women are having to be screamed at, and told all manner of horrible things, and then they're forced to vomit into a bowl, and then they have to drink it.
um,
Yeah. So I just want to say maybe we can, end our first episode of Only Enemies by asking everybody to really have a serious, reconsider of who our enemies are and who our fans are, and whether or not we want to continue with the type of crazy message that we've really been doing the last couple of years. What do you think, Joey?
I think that's a good place, definitely, because I certainly can't watch anything else at this point. And, this is a huge step away from the original questioning that started going on in the last year or so about this true trans and certain people that we want to hold up in some way out of desperation, I think. I know that Debbie Hayton, Mr. Hayton is not pushing pornography or anything. However, Debbie Hayton gets put into the same, with these AGPs, they get put into the same category as a buck angel. You know, that we're supposed to blanket, I say, be so desperate that we don't question the AGPs that say that they're allies of ours, or a pornographer like this, or a woman who's a mother of 3 children who decided at 41 years old to, you know, do this thing. Is that it's all connected. None of it is good for kids. And it goes back to what Jennifer Billick was saying about it's like having a drunk come to your, you know, to your charity thing or something and talk about the ills of drinking. It's just, you've taken me down a wacky path here. I appreciate it, and I have to go wash my eyes out now.